For our next fight. This bout is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the TCB 135-pound division. Starting out, fighting out of the red corner, standing 5'5" and weighing in at 135 pounds, fighting out of Dominion BJJ, it's Alejandro Ochoa. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, standing 5'7" and weighing in at 135 pounds, fighting out of George Gurgel MMA, it's Jevonte Samuel. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds, and your referee is Michael Dolman.
Hello, friends, and welcome back to TCB 40 as we get prepared for round number 3 here. Alejandro Ochoa is taking on Jevonte Samuel. I'm very excited to see, once again, Dominion BJJ and George Gurgel MMA face off against one another with these representatives. This is a long-standing set of groups that bring people here to fight, not only in TCB, but also in Cagezilla. And so Alejandro Ochoa has so far represented Dominion BJJ a few times in these Muay Thai exhibition bouts. And I'm very excited to see him come through again. Quite the story leading on into this fight. You can see from him that he has definitely gone on a little bit of a weight loss journey to make it down to the 135-pound division. He is still a powerhouse, though, able to hit very hard. We saw that in the last time they showed up in TCB. As Jevonte Samuel on the other side is coming on in with a 2-1 record, standing a little bit taller and also a little bit younger than Alejandro Ochoa. Let's see if that's going to turn into anything. Notably, instead of being a classy, this is instead an exhibition bout, so there's a little bit more freedom, especially in regards to elbow strikes. We already see the viciousness out of both of these fighters, getting into that clinch, sending knees straight to the belly on either side. You can see Jevonte Samuel spending a lot of energy there, getting these kind of step kicks forward to try to drive back Alejandro Ochoa, who right now is just desperately trying to negotiate space. Jevonte is denying that opportunity right now, and he is going to drive Alejandro all the way back to the ropes for the first time. Referee still seeing some scoring opportunities, especially with this kind of open stance that Jevonte has Alejandro Ochoa in, and so he's not going to break up this clinch just yet. Oh, and that great big drive straight to the belly is once again going to send Alejandro Ochoa into this rough position up against the corner. He manages to break free quickly, goes for a flurry of blows, but Jevonte, sensing danger, will be able to back off. Notably, though, now in that upper scenario, there is a chance for Alejandro Ochoa to make another shot happen. It looks like we may have gotten a low blow here, as our referee will call both fighters to neutral corners. Happens in these tight scramble situations like that. Jevonte going to have a few minutes with which to recover and get his energy back here. Alejandro Ochoa, I think, is also somewhat happy with this outcome. Of course, low blows definitely dangerous, especially when shown on the judges' scorecard. But Alejandro did kind of feel like he was getting a bit too much control there. And so from this situation, Jevonte Samuel is going to look for a new approach opportunity. Shots colliding with one another, reapproach, and yet again Alejandro Ochoa is just driven back. Jevonte Samuel continuing to push forward at lightning fast speed. Big shot to the head is going to Sagar Ochoa, and the referee will stand both fighters back up. Jevonte, known for these kinds of shots, immediately retreats back to the neutral corner as directed here. Ochoa looks like he may be struggling a little bit. We'll need something big in these last 20 seconds around number 1, as referee is going to verify that Alejandro is ready to continue. And Jevonte Samuel going to waste no time getting right back in there. Multiple shots to the head. Dangerous position for sure. Alejandro with no way out of the corner will be saved by the bell here.
Ladies and gentlemen, just to clarify, this is an exhibition bout. This is an exhibition bout.
As we move into this second round, one thing that I really need to see here is the extent to which Jevonte Samuel is able to keep his energy and the tempo up about him. Because we've already seen he is very impressive when he's going all out. Alejandro Ochoa just doesn't seem to have much of a defensive response, but George Gurgel MMA definitely also trains discipline in their fighters. And so what I'm kind of worried about for Alejandro Ochoa is that Actually, the blue corner is not going to gas. Jevonte Samuel is going to be able to take the next 2 rounds at the same blistering speed that we saw this first one come out in. So Dominion BJJ could have the challenge cut out for them. Alejandro, notably, not actually sitting in the chair, maybe still has quite a bit of energy conserved, ready to go out into this next one. Maybe also has a little bit of a nosebleed here, which is why we are seeing the referee walk on over just to check to make sure that Alejandro Ochoa is ready for the next round. Jevonte certainly was suffocating Alejandro with his flurry of blows in that first one, and so I can see the consideration here maybe to take a step back, but Alejandro affirms that he is in fact ready, and so the referee is going to call upon all participants besides our 2 competitors to exit the ring, and we will get the start to round number 2. Alejandro, defensive high stance, once again, immediately is going to be thrown into a clinch with Jevonte Samuel, is able to snake both of his arms into kind of this inside grip around the head of Alejandro. And look at the control. Alejandro is trying to answer back with a few knees, but the rate at which Jevonte is just throwing these out is so much higher than Alejandro. And that worries me quite a bit here. Alejandro needs to find a break to this one, needs to find a way back. Spinning back elbow almost fully connects with the head of Ochoa here, who is able to remain standing. Finally, he's going to plug a shot straight into the temple of Jevonte Samuel. But yet again, his guard is opened back up. Jevonte just able to slither in those arms. He has incredible accuracy demonstrated here, as I believe once again, blood is starting to seep from the nose of Alejandro Ochoa. And he looks completely and utterly staggered at this point. Referee going to allow this to continue, but he's dropped by Jevonte Samuel, and the fight is waved off. Brilliant stuff from the blue corner, as Alejandro Ochoa luckily will be able to stagger back to his feet and is guided back over to his corner. Blazing, and we were not going to have a third round in which we have to make that debate whether or not I'm going to gas. We are going to knock out Alejandro Ochoa here and now, and it also means so much for George Gurgel's team as well. You can see the hugs being exchanged as now Jevonte Samuel is being guided, going over, thanking Alejandro Ochoa for this match. So that opened up the rules just a little bit here. But in terms of just the literal term exhibition, what a showing from Jevonte Samuel of his skills, of his development. He's going to tack on a 3rd win to his record here for George Gurgel, as Alejandro Ochoa will drop to 1-2, but certainly early on in this career, I believe that he'll have much more to offer to TCB in the future.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, referee Michael Dolman has called a stop to the action, but because this is an exhibition bout, we do not call a winner, but let's hear it for both these fighters putting on a great show.
And with the hugs exchanged, we will put an end to this exhibition bout. We will return with more TCB action in just a few minutes here after these messages.